that chick you with, y'all not gonna last. So you might as well get to work and not go out on a date and save that money, that $100, $150, $200, whatever you was gonna spend, and use that for your purpose. She gonna be mad about it, but I guarantee you, bro, you're gonna be better off by the end of this year. It's just a tip. It's just a tip. Okay, fellas? So, like I said, this stream ain't motivation. It's simple shit. Your life should only be about this right now. Gym, money, purpose, family, God. That's it. And I mean, looks maxing, of course. But if women are going to be on your mind, it should just be you trying to be the best version of yourself in order to attract more women, not chasing them, not trying to go out on dates with them right now. Okay? Somebody say, why not just a cheap date? It's not about the money. It's about the time. Because if you compete against me, the time you're out with this average ass chick, I'm working. Okay, fellas? It's two type of men, okay, guys? There's winners and there's losers. You can make a choice, and you can sacrifice the time right now and work, and work, and work, and leave the average chick alone right now, and get to where you need to be, and get a better chick later, and you're more happy about it, and you got more money. Or you can waste your time right now with the average chick, spend your money, waste your time, and stay at the level that you are. And men ask stupid ass questions like, you know, what should I do with this chick? And you know where you need to be. Okay? It's the difference between my normal videos and today. I'm live today, so I can stop myself when I see a dumb question about women, like, what if it's a cheap date? You don't understand life. I'm talking about your time. Okay? It's not about the date. It's about your time. And I don't give a fuck if it's cheap. Maybe it's $20. That's $20 you could have spent on your purpose. It doesn't matter how much it is. It's your time. It's the mindset. It's the mindset that you have just even trying to consider it and negotiate with your purpose. That's what you're doing. You're negotiating with your purpose. What if it's a cheap date? If your purpose is worth just a cheap date, that's fine. That's okay with me. There's winners and there's losers, guys. So at a certain point, you have to take life serious. Okay, fellas, you have to take life serious at a certain point. At a certain point, you gotta stop playing. All right, you gotta stop playing and understand that you're getting older. And the men that you see that are doing the things that they want to do, somewhere in their life, in their journey, they stopped playing and they took the time to sit down and work. Simple as that. Sit down and work. Stop all the games. Leave the fucking women alone and sit.
So I was the one that asked the question, why not a cheap date? And he said that was a dumb question and I don't understand life. We're going to get into it today, man, because this is some advice I would have took. I would have ate that up 18, 19, 20 years old. Now I realize how terrible that advice is. And this is why I tell y'all, a lot of guys will come online and say things with a lot of conviction, try to sell you a program, try to sell you many different things. But this is the thing, man, that's terrible advice. And the more I learn, the more I mature, I realize how bad that advice is. You always have time for dating, right? Now, I'm not telling you it should be a priority, but you always have time to date. This whole thought of you should go the next 10 months without going on a single date, that's dumb. If you want to get to know women, if you want to date, you can date and still be on your purpose. You can still surpass most people. Most of the people out here are lazy. Most of the people out here aren't really working. You just have to be focused. You can't let these women distract you. But see, this is why you have so many rich suckers. You have so many rich tricks because they sacrificed all their 20s, got a big bag, went in their 30s, and now they just pay for bikes. They pay for coochie the rest of their life because they never developed those important skills of going on dates, meeting women, understanding female nature. They just learned all the female nature from watching guys on YouTube. You have to go out and meet women. And that's why I said, like, I'm not telling you should be going on a whole bunch of dates and stuff, but you have time to go on dates. Let's be real. You're not working 24/7. And even if you have the personality of the guy that is constantly working, you can get help from the woman you're talking to. See, people make dating like, oh, you don't have time for dating. You don't have money for dating. First, he said it was about the money. And then when I said, why not a cheap date? He's like, you don't understand life. It's not about the money. It's about the time. Okay, you don't have to sacrifice a whole bunch of time and money. I tell y'all all the time, cheap dates, boba, ice cream, walk in the park. Hell, most of my dates have been things I was going to do anyway, and she can join me. I'm going to the gym. Hey, push up to the gym. I'm at the gym. I remember I went on a 4-mile run with this one girl I went on a date with. That was the girl that took me to an Atlanta Falcons game. The first date was a 4-mile run. When you start living like that, you can just get her to join you on whatever you're doing. So am I really wasting time? If I was going to work out anyways, if I was going to go on a run anyways, and I know some people would say, Cole, she's going to slow you down. Well, I hit her up on a day that I'm not trying to go hard. It's that simple. It's that simple. So y'all need to stop buying into this dumb bullshit that you need to go balls to the wall for the next 12 months and get ahead of everybody. And you can't go on any dates at all. Because the reality of that, you probably playing video games. You're probably playing with your meat on Pornhub. Knock that bullshit off, bro. And this is the type of advice I would have ate this up when I was 18, 19 years old. And I would have said, oh no, I'm on my purpose. I'm not going to talk to that girl because I'm on my grind. I'm not going on a date till wintertime. I'd have been on that type of bullshit, but at the same time, I'd have been there at home stroking my meat. So what are we talking about? You have time. And then he says you should be focused on family and your purpose and God and looks maxing. Well, if you focus on family, shouldn't you be looking to grow your family? If you're focused on God, shouldn't you be looking for a God-fearing woman? And then y'all like, well, I'm not where I need to be, so I'm not ready for that woman. You don't have to be there yet. And I remember I watched Luke Belmore. Shout out to Luke Belmore. I seen him on a podcast a while ago. They were asking him, why does he have all these women like Andrew Tate? Like, why does he have a rotation? Why do you only have one woman? And he says, I only had that one woman because she was there for me when I had nothing. She was driving me every day to my job. And you have many guys that have similar situations. When they were dead broke, they had nothing. They had a woman by their side. Whether it's Conor McGregor, I have friends that were broken. They had a girl with them, and they came up. They started making money, and they stayed with that girl because that girl held them down. Even my situation, I remember after the situation where I got set up by my roommate, I had to move back home with my parents, in my parents' house, and I was sleeping in my mom's bed. And I remember messy divorce, my mom, suing my dad and all types of bullshit. I remember there was a point where I had to find a new place. And the girl I was talking to, that was an option. She was gonna let me stay with her. So even in that moment, that could have prevented me from being homeless. Now, I had some money to put into an apartment and stuff like that, but let's say I didn't have the money saved up. That would have been an option to live with her, AOB. So for guys saying oh, if you're broke, if you need to focus on your purpose, you don't have time for dating, that's complete bullshit. And that's the type of stuff that's going to get a whole bunch of views, because a lot of guys online are incels. Let's be real. So a lot of guys that are incels, and I wouldn't consider myself an incel when I was 18, 19, 20, but I definitely was awkward, definitely wasn't good with women, definitely lacked confidence. So I would have bought into this message and been like, no, I'm not dating women. I'm on my grind. But the best thing you can do if you truly understand life, supposedly Buddy understands life and we don't. If you truly understand life, you would understand that you keep doing what you're doing and you let that woman join you on what you're doing. If you're going to the gym, let her join you. If you're going on a run, let her join you. If you would get a cup of coffee, let her join you. If you were studying anyways, let her join you. If you're running a business, let her help you on your business. And if she's not ready to help you, that shows you that she's not the woman for you. But this whole idea of oh, I'm going to wait. I got to keep grinding. I got to work 24/7. That's bullshit. Because you still going to make time to put your meat in your hand. You ain't going on no damn semen retention for 11 months, 10 months. Knock that bullshit off. And that's why I say I'm going to come on here and I'm going to be real and authentic and raw. And sometimes I tell embarrassing stories about myself because I want to keep it real every time I come on here. Because most of these people are just telling you bullshit to try to sell you something. And y'all need to get the likes up, man. It'd be 10% likes on here. What is that about? Get the likes up, man. And I'll say this too, bro. When he said first it was about the money. He oh, you could go on these $100, $200 dates. You should be putting in that $200 towards your purpose. And then I said cheap dates. He's it's not about the money. It's about the time. But even when it comes to the money, money's important. Money's very important. You shouldn't be investing a whole bunch into a woman that hasn't proven anything to you yet. And that's why most expensive date I've probably been on was $80, $90. That's the most expensive by far. And I'm a cheap motherfucker. So if I'm telling you have money to go on dates, because the date doesn't have to cost money, you have money, dog. Right now, y'all want to know why I got a do-rag on? Because I chopped my shit off. I tried to hit my barber up. It was either Thursday or Friday. He didn't respond. And then I'm waiting around is he going to respond? He still hasn't responded. So I just got to the point let me look at what these other barbers talking about. These other barbers want $40. I said, I got some clippers. I'm not paying no 40. Does it look good under here? Probably not. If I'm being real with y'all, it probably don't look good under the do-rag. But that shows you how cheap I am. I didn't want to pay $40 for a haircut. So I'm telling you have money for going on dates. And there's been so many women I mess with that I just be real with them, bro. And I met one girl. She paid for the first 2 days. Then I went to her house and she had food ready. I told y'all about Mac and Cheese Girl. I call her Mac and Cheese Girl because she came over First link brought me mac and cheese. She be baking for me. Man, she can bake like, woo. Baking skills are crazy. That's probably the best chocolate chip cookie I ever had. You know, now I'm trying to like slow down on the sweets, but dog, best chocolate chip cookie I had in my life came from mac and cheese girl. That girl know how to throw down. So to avoid women in dating, dog, you can get so much out of dating, but it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know, and that's why I say he doesn't understand life. Because if you understood life, you would realize that you could do multiple things at once. You can be on your purpose and still have her tag along. And if you run in a business, if you really know how to run shit, you can just get her to serve you. You can get her to be your assistant damn near for free. Now, in my case, it's kind of hard to get a woman to help me with the YouTube channel because 9 times out of 10, they don't like what I'm talking about. But for most of you guys, like if you running a business, if you selling clothing, whatever it may be, a woman would be glad to help you if she really rocking with you, bro. But this whole idea that you need to wait to find a woman, it's goofiness. This whole idea that you need to be working 24/7 is goofiness. This whole idea that you need to grind away your 20s and wait till your 30s to start dating, that shit is goofiness, bro. Because that's how you get a lot of these rich tricks, these rich suckers that just pay for box. And that's why you got so many guys that get the bag and they get taken advantage of because they lack understanding of female nature. Dog, there's so many men that found a woman at a really young age when they were broke. That's when you know she's really down for you. And I'm not going to sit here and talk like most of you women aren't trash, because most of you women are trash. And I'm real about that. But I'm saying when you're really on your grind, when you're on your purpose, you tell her to join along. And if she doesn't want to join along, then that's on to the next. Find a woman that aligns with you more. You can find women when you're on your grind. I just think this is terrible advice, and it sounds good, but it's terrible advice. And like I told y'all, bro, this is some shit I would have ate up when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. Like, oh, man, I need to be on my grind. I don't need to talk to women. I don't have time for that. You do have time for that, bro. Because let's be real. You're going to be probably playing video games. You're probably going to be playing with your meat. You're not working 24/7. You're not working 24/7. And if you are one of these guys that's just obsessed with the grind and you really like that, just let her join you. You got a day when you're at the gym and you're not going that hard, let her join you. Because you're not going balls to the wall every single day, every time you're in the gym. You know? So, and that's why, you know, some dudes, I've heard dudes say, oh, the gym is not a good date. But, like, to me, that is a good date because that's what I was going to do regardless if she was there or not. That's a good date to me. If she flakes, I don't care. I'm doing what I got to do. You know, but this whole idea that you need to avoid them, and nobody said to chase a woman. You know, I don't think you should ever chase a woman. There should never be a phase in your life when you're chasing a woman. Don't think you don't have time for dating, bro. And I don't like this message because it's the same message that we give these women. Oh, go to college, get your degree, Miss Independent, run your business. And the man and the woman just keep getting farther and farther away from each other. And then you think that makes you happier. He's like, you don't have time for fun. And it's just like, that's goofy shit to me, bro. I'm not telling y'all to go party and stuff like that. Y'all know me, I don't party at all. I've drank before, but I hardly ever, you know, I might have smoked maybe 3 times in my life. I might have drank a handful of times in my life. I avoid that stuff. I'm not going to parties and stuff. But to say, like, if you want to do something, if you want to date women, like, you should be on your purpose, you should be on your grind. That's terrible advice, man. It's terrible advice, man. And a lot of dudes are going to eat that shit up because it sounds good, and they really have mating anxiety. They really afraid to talk to women, and they think they need to build themselves up to be worthy of a woman. Let me tell you this, bro. You are worthy of a woman right now. And if you really believe in yourself and you're on your path to greatness, the real one's going to recognize, man. She going to be able to see that in you, and she going to tag along. And if she don't tag along, keep going until you find one that does tag along, that does meet your requirements. Are your options going to get better the better you get? Absolutely. But you should be going for good options right now. Don't pass up an option because you feel like you're not qualified yet. Because the same way women are hypergamous, you can be hypergamous too. Yeah, don't think that you need to make a whole bunch of money. You need to be this tall, and you need to have all these accolades to your name to really get some of these women. Because some of these women, you can catch them slipping. She might be considered out your league or whatever, but you could catch her slipping. You just that breeze that she never felt. You not like any other guy she's ever met, so now she getting in line. Even though you don't make as much money as she would prefer, just because you're not as tall as she would prefer, she'll still give you a chance. And dog, I just really don't like that, bro. And like I said this many times, dudes will come online, say things with a lot of conviction, and make it seem like the truth. They'll make it seem like it's the truth. And see, a lot of guys that came on there and they would ask, like, what about a cheap date? I got confidence in myself. I know these cheap dates work. I know I can get a woman to tag along with me. So I just wanted to see what he was going to say. I wanted to see his response. And it was a terrible response. And that's how a lot of people do. They kind of talk down to their audience like, oh, well, I'm serious. You're not really about your bag. Like this whole like David Goggins approach. Like, you always got to be working. Work. You too focused on being happy and having fun. Like that's society's programming. Yeah. Like I said, like society has programmed a lot of people to be fat. Programmed these women to be 304s. The same way it programmed you to prioritize work, and that's what you care about more than everything. You say that you need to focus on God and family, but why would you not want to find a God-fearing woman? You know, you should be trying to find a woman at a young age. If you super religious and you believe in God, should you not be trying to find a woman at a younger age? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I don't understand. Maybe I don't understand life well. Maybe I'm just spewing bullshit. But y'all, like, really think about it. You shouldn't go on a date for the next 10 months. Why? Because you want to get ahead? Would it not help you to get ahead more if you had a woman assisting you in the stuff you do? Would that not help you get ahead more? But see, a lot of you guys are digging in the trash. You're going for the lowest quality. And just because you're not at where you want to be at, that doesn't mean you can't get good quality. Is it going to be a little harder? Is you going to have to shoot that shot a little bit more? Absolutely. But don't think you can't hit some shots now. Yeah, just because you're not a good three-point shooter now, that doesn't mean you don't take your shot. Because everybody can get lucky. Everybody can sink a three every now and then. But, man, that's all I got for y'all today, man. That's all I got for y'all today. Don't be too quick to listen to all these guys that say things with a lot of conviction and buy into it. Because I was misguided for a long time. And I'm not going to name anybody's names, but I watched a lot of people that misguided me, and they were saying, like, oh, you shouldn't be going on dates. This whole message of, like, you need to be on your purpose. You got to focus. You got to lock in. Dog, you don't know when your time is coming. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't prioritize work at a young age. I think you should. But you still have time for dating, bro. Usually when I'm chilling with a girl, hanging out with a girl, that's like leisure time. That's like I already got all my work done for the day. I recorded my video. I done went to work some overtime. And now it's like I want to chill. And some people might prefer to chill by themselves. That's cool too. But that's what worked for me, to chill with the woman. You know what I'm saying? If I'm watching a movie, it's going to be chilling with like, I never watch TV. Only time I ever watch TV if a girl's at my place. The only time I ever like go get ice cream and stuff is if I'm with a girl. But it's like, even if you're not trying to do any of that at all, like, just invite her to the gym. Invite her on a run. You studying, invite her to a study session. Like, it's not that complicated. We make all this shit so complicated to try to sell you shit. Make sure to like the video. Like I said, a lot of these videos, they only get 10% likes. But who dropping game like this? Who really breaking it down on a different level of understanding? That's all I got for y'all today. Make sure to like the video. Get the likes up. It should not be no 10%. Subscribe, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next.